More Americans are avoiding burnout by taking so-called adult gap years or mini-sabbaticals. The Associated Press says more companies are allowing weeks or months of paid or unpaid leave as a way to retain employees. Now, an organization is working to push more employers and employees to embrace extended leaves. The founder of the Sabbatical Project and author of the upcoming book, Big Time Off, The Transformative Power of Sabbaticals and How to Take One, DJ DiDonna is here with more on all of that. Hi, DJ. Thanks for coming on.
Happy to be here.
So you say almost half of Americans fail to take all their vacation days, and that wealthy people are least likely to invest in leisure time. Why is that, and how is that changing now?
I think there's a culture that lionizes people running two companies at the same time, sleeping under your desk. But at the end of the day, some of the most creative, interesting companies and breakthroughs happen when you actually take a step away from work.
But the sabbaticals you advocate for go beyond a vacation. And I think it's interesting how you classify them as working holidays, free dives, and quests. Can you explain the difference there and the benefits of each?
Yeah, so what we found in the research is that there's something vastly different around the scale of time off when you are taking 2, 3, 4 months versus just a couple weeks on vacation. And what people typically do is some form of swap out achievement in your working life for achievement on your personal side, like become fluent in a foreign language or get a yoga teacher certification. Other people just want to explore. So what's out there? What's like a bucket list thing that you would regret doing before you die? And then other people, this was my sabbatical story, are more kind of inward seekers. So, things like going on a spiritual search might be important to you, but is rarely urgent. So how do you make enough time to actually go on that journey so that you can, live a fulfilling life?
But what about for the business owner? How do you fill that void without replacing someone? And what's in it for the company?
I think this is an issue that's really important in order to make sabbaticals equitable for everybody. But lots of companies, even cultures, make this as a matter of practice. Australia has long service leave for all civil servants. Sweden, you can take 6 months off to try to start a business. And so basically what we see is that if you have a sabbatical policy, employees will leave, but they'll come back rested, restored, with more creativity. They'll have gotten to focus on things that are important, like family and their personal health. And they come back, usually with more skills and like confidence around, like, this company cares about me as a whole person as opposed to just a worker. And I want to kind of give back and be loyal to them. We went through the same process with parental leave, which the U.S. still lags behind most emerging and developed countries on parental leave. But it's something that if we care about, we can make a policy and make it equitable for everybody.
And you said the word equitable. Travel can be really expensive, especially if you're also pausing your salary to do it. So how do you take a sabbatical if you're not rich?
So, there's a lot of strategies. And first of all, if there are paid sabbatical policies at your company, you don't have to worry about it. There's a lot of nonprofits that fund nonprofit leader sabbaticals. So, the world we're aiming towards, there's no trade-off there. But a lot of people get the same amount of benefit from staying closer to home. So I talk about stay-baticals, modest sabbaticals, where you're getting out of the rhythm of your normal routine life, but you're getting to invest in things like a long weekend trip with one of your kids or volunteering at a nonprofit nearby, where there's not really a trade-off. It's just about swapping out your routine job for something else that's important to you in a different way.
DiDonna, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thanks so much.